This is hashtag YouthElectTT. As they say, imitation is the best form of flattery. Let's head back to the Situation Room where you may recognize some of these presenting styles.
Be wary of the candidates that will come here today without any service to the youth. Persons who will not have a proper vision or plan for youth development in Trinidad and Tobago. Persons who do not understand your needs, who doesn't understand your problems. My party, knows that our challenge here today, brothers and sisters, is the lost voice of the youth. And we know what are your concerns. We can come here today and talk about the education system where the international standard is to revamp the system in 3 years. The ministry's policy is 5 years, but the actuality is 10 years, but we're not going to talk about that today.
If all of these things you set out here are accomplished, I still think there is a hole in the thinking. Where will you get jobs for all of these people? Assume we have all these programs that you have recommended. Where will we get jobs? Or, take back jobs. Where will we get employment or careers for all of these people?
Youth are inexperienced in the job market. So the idea is that we give them the experience so that they can compete with the other persons in the working world. Because in the labor market, as it is right now, the youths may have the degree, but they can't compete because of the lack of experience. So what we're trying to do is bring up the bar for them.
I intend to discuss critical issues that are afflicting the youth of our society. These include unemployment, exploitation in employment, crime and violence in the community, political and social issues, youth health, technology and its impact on youth, the moral and spiritual crisis and its effects on youth, and many other crucial issues.
How do you think the problems, some of them which you've listed, can be addressed by a youth prime minister?
Oh, thank you very much for that question, Ms. Michaela. Certainly, issues that youth are facing, I am very pained by the neglect youth are faced with in our society, definitely. I think a lot of the initiatives that are in place are not practical. They are not youth relevant. They are created by persons who are not youth. So I think there lies a major issue in policies that are existing. And therefore, if you're creating a policy to address youth issues or youth problem, and it's not relevant, therefore it doesn't really solve the solutions. And I think youths continue to be neglected in that essence.
I'm shy when I meet new people and I barely converse in any of my tertiary level classes. I am an average girl, but in this 2015 my average may be devastatingly different. I live in a world where it's right to be wrong. It's cool to do drugs, it's impressive to dress vulgarly to an interview. It's okay to start what ends as a vicious altercation, and it's real to be plastic. Failure is accepted, hate is tolerated, and positive change is a big joke. I've come from very humble beginnings, and as someone who could have easily lost her way, I understand the role and importance of youth empowerment. Some of us women do not want to grow into Kim Kardashians or Nicki Minaj's. Instead, we want to be Maya Angelou's, Gladys McKnight's, Oprah's. Some of our fellow men, find it hard to select role models as there aren't many left in their homes, communities, or even in the music or movie industries. I would appreciate a change in our government structure, its politics, the obviously brazen for substituting agenda, and as such, I am willing to be it. I am set aside from my counterparts, anyone cutaneous, and even my family members. I am different, and I revoke any stereotypical analysis from any character or body who choose to submit to prejudices because of the area in which I live.
What is in you that enabled you to come here, put on this creditable performance, rather than sulking on the streets and cussing and smoking a weed and that kind of thing? What makes you do this as opposed to some of the antisocial activities that you describe? What's in it in you that makes you do that?
I think it's my drive. Poverty doesn't look good on me, like I tell myself. I think I want to be different. I want to make a change, and I think because I'm so young and I haven't gotten the support from the people that I wish I did, it was so hard to be different. So for me, I want to see what all that was for. What did I go through all of that for?
So why haven't you rebelled and pelt stone and smoke weed? And why haven't you rebelled? What has made you so self-disciplined?
I don't know. I think it's my God.
It's an honor to bring proper governance and representation to the youths of this twin island republic. As a youth myself, for too long we have suffered from the repercussions of others. For too long we have sit back and allowed others to make devastating and harmful decisions on our behalves. The lack of provision of resources has affected us tremendously. Therefore, I say to you, it is time we get up and take back what is rightfully belonged to us.
If you were the youth prime minister of Trinidad and Tobago, tell me one or two things that you might do different from what is being done now.
Well, first, I would like to implement probably a legislation or policy that would give youth the opportunity to get involved in policy-making decisions that occur in our parliament at the moment.
Okay, but what form would that take?
The form where there are many forms. For instance, like we can go to the communities, get the feedback of the youths within the community in terms of having weekly meetings or monthly meetings. Or we can go to our university schools and our colleges, get the feedback from the students and the youth at schools and hear what are their views and what are their decisions that they take on decisions that we make for the nation.
Okay, people, voting closes on Saturday at 12 noon. So send in your top 3 to #YouthElectTT.